Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at all the Warhammer products available to pre-order this coming Saturday. If you're a fan of Age of Sigmar, I think you'll really like this week, especially if you're into the Grand Alliance of Death, as there's some great new models and new products for a few of the factions. I'll go through all the products in this video, and tomorrow I'll make another one with the confirmed prices. And when you're ready to order, if you'd like to pick up any of these products, it would be great if you check out Element Games or Wayland Games. I'll put links in the description down below where you can save up to 20%, and I'll also get a small commission, so you'll be supporting the channel too. I'd also like to say a big thanks to Master of Miniatures, who are supporting the channel by sponsoring me this month. So if you'd like to check their awesome models out, I'll put a link down below to them too, and also to my friendly local game store, their Little Shop DVD and Games. Okay, let's get started looking at the products. Now, on the Warhammer community site, when I made this video, they had the wrong photo on there. The first product is actually the battle tome for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, but the image they used was for the Soulblight Gravelords. They're also getting a battle tome though. We'll go through that in a little while. But for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, they are going to get the two versions, the regular and then the limited edition. The limited edition is going to be limited to 500 numbered copies. Both versions are going to give you the same contents though. You're going to get all the lore, pitch battle profiles, the war scrolls. It's got the updated rules and new Path to Glory rules as well. So hopefully they'll change this image on their website, the Warhammer community website, and then bring that up to date. But we'll get some pictures later on in the week too, I imagine, so you'll see what the cover is going to look like. But we had to use the Soulblight Gravelords to fill in for now. Next up for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers is the new model, the Mortisan Ossifector. We saw this in the preview online for the Adepticon. A great looking model, really nice to get some characters. And they don't come around that often for a lot of the factions in Age of Sigmar, so I think if you're a fan of Ossiarch Bone Reapers, it's got to be cool to get this new model. Next up is the Vanguard set for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, and I've got to say, at first glance, this looks pretty good. This looks like a really good starting point if you want to collect the army, or maybe if you just want to add it and bulk out an existing army to increase those points a little bit. It comes with a Mortisan Soul Reaper, so that's going to be the leader for the army. You'll get 5 Kavalos Death Riders, 20 Mortek Guard, and a Gothisar Harvester, which I really like. I think that's a really cool looking model. And all up, a nice selection. I might do a breakdown video of this, looking at the cost of the individual units, things like that, and go through all the Vanguards actually, and get up to date with Age of Sigmar, because I'm playing it a lot more now. But yeah, this looks great. Let me know what you think though, in the comments section down below. It'll be good to hear what some seasoned Ossiarch players think about this selection. War Scroll cards are up next for the Ossiarch, and you're going to get 24 reference cards here and 2 token boards, which are going to give you all your rules and the special effects as well. And if you're into playing Age of Sigmar or you're new to it, the War Scroll cards are really handy to have, but they sell out quite fast, which is a real shame. It would be good if they kept these in stock. I don't know why they sell them out so quick. It doesn't make any sense really. But anyway, they do. They sell out quite quick. So if you want to get hold of them, I would definitely recommend getting War Scroll cards. Some armies you can find on eBay. I've just bought the Slaves to Darkness War Scroll cards really cheap because they made a ton of those, and I think the scalpers bought the battle box that came with the cards and the book, and so they sell off those cheap. So sometimes you can get them for a good price, but if you're looking for some of the older ones that were available, they can be pretty expensive once you're on eBay. So yeah, get them while you can, I think. Staying with Age of Sigmar, now we're on to the Soulblight Gravelords, who also get a battle tome. So these pictures are correct for their battle tome now, and these are going to come with everything, the same rules, the updates. All those war scrolls are going to be included, updating all the units now, new Path to Glory rules as well. So that's brilliant. There's a lot going on in here. If you're a fan of Soulblight Gravelords, I'm sure you've been looking forward to this for a while, especially with all the fantastic models that have been out. When you look at Cursed City and some of the other models too, now they're all going to be updated in the book. So this is brilliant news. And you've also got the special edition, which is also going to be 500 copies. The Soulblight Gravelords also get a new character, Ivia Volga, the Outcast. I think this is a really fun model. I love the bats, I love the axe, and this idea that she's a solitary member of the brood who goes out killing monsters and drinking their blood in the forest. I think that's a really cool little bit of lore for her, and a nice model as well. Interesting looking legs there. They look really good. So if you want to check out a new model and add it to your army, I think you can't go wrong with this. It looks brilliant. Next up is the chance to pick up a White King on Skeletal Steed, and this is the first time apparently you've been able to buy this on their own. They were originally in the Start Collecting box for the Soulblight Gravelords, which if you can get hold of it, really nice value, but we'll have a look at the Vanguard in a little while as well and see what they're up to with that. But if you can get that Start Collecting box, definitely recommend it. It looks really nice, and there's one at my friendly local game store, the Little Shop DVD and Games, with the link down below. If you can't find it, you can get it there. So that's really good. They offer a discount and can post across the UK too. Now let's have a look at the Vanguard for the Soulblight Gravelords. And in here you're going to get 29 miniatures all together. You're going to be led by a Vampire Lord, and that's one of my favourite Vampire Lords actually. Really cool model, so nice that that's in there. There's 20 Death Rattle Skeletons, 5 Blood Knights, and 3 monstrous Vargheists. I've played against my friend's army who's got the Vampire Lord, same model actually, and 20 Death Rattle Skeletons that he puts together, and they work together really well. So that's a nice combo. And then you've got a bit of speed with the Blood Knights. They're going to move around, maybe get down and close the enemy. And then Vargheists I haven't played against. Be interested to see what they do, but really cool looking models. I'm pretty sure they've got some decent movement as well. They'll be able to fly, no doubt. So you've got quite a lot going on there with speed, movement, and those skeletons can be pretty resilient when you use the right abilities with them. All up, I think this looks quite good. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're a Soulblight Gravelords player, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're not a Soulblight Gravelords player, still let me know. I'd value your opinion too. And now we've got some War Scroll cards for the Soulblight Gravelords. There's going to be 46 referent cards in here. There's a lot more units to contend with, so that's really nice. And you've got your 2 token boards as well. Definitely get these if you like the game. I think they really add to it. And yeah, really handy to have, especially when you're first starting out and learning what each unit can do. I dread this time each week when it's time to look at the new dice. This time it's Soulblight Gravelords getting some dice. Notice the Ossiarch Bone Reapers didn't get any. That's interesting. But, you know, to look at these, they're quite good, aren't they? The black, you've got the red that really stands out. There's a little bit of effort made with the logo. That's nice. And I think the only thing that's letting these down is the extortionate prices that they charge for the dice, because they are basic after all. But at least the logo's got a bit more effort into it this time. So not too bad this week. Not so bad. But let's not get too carried away, because in my opinion, I still think they're way overpriced for the quality of the finished product. Next up, we've got some Forge World products. This is Warhammer Horus Heresy, Contemptor, Dreadnought Torso upgrades. These are resin and feature the heraldry of the Blood Angels, Death Guard, Iron Hands, Night Lords, Space Wolves, and the World Eaters. Now let's head over to the Middle-earth strategy battle game, and all the models you're going to see over the next few pictures are all available on a made-to-order basis from Saturday the 8th of April until 6 PM UK time on Sunday the 16th of April. So you've got an 8-day window to get your order in for these. They're all going to be cast in metal, and they can take up to 180 days to fulfill the order. So if you do pre-order these on a made-to-order basis, just bear that in mind. It can take 6 months to get to you, which is a fairly long time, but if you've been looking at getting hold of these classic models in the metal cast, then it's a great way to do it. Especially if you want this big model in metal, yeah, you can get it, but there's going to be a wait. Now time to look at the Black Library. There's a couple of books this week. The first one is The Lost Volari by Gary Kloster. This is going to be available as a hardback, ebook and MP3 version. Then next up, we've got The Hollow King by John French, and it looks like this is just available as a paperback. On Wednesday, you'll be able to catch up with Warhammer Plus if you subscribe to it, and you're going to get some painting for the Tau Empire, see how they do the chipped effect on that. There's a battle report for Age of Sigmar, looking at the Ossiarch Bone Reapers going up against the Slaves to Darkness in the battle report, and then you've got some lore with the Unforgiven in Lore Masters, and then a couple of editions of White Dwarf into the vault. And that covers all the products available for this week's pre-order preview. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is anything standing out to you? Are you happy with what they've done for the Age of Sigmar, Soulblight Gravelords and Ossiarch Bone Reapers? Love to hear what you think. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you found the video helpful and enjoyed it. If you did like it, please hit the like button. Subscribe for more videos like this one. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be putting up that video with the confirmed prices for everything we've seen here today. Hopefully you'll come and join me for that video tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you then. I'd like to say a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these videos, keeping you up to date with the previews, all the news, and lots of other things going on in the hobby too. And I couldn't do this without my Patreon supporters, so thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to join the Patreon community too and support the channel, there's a link down below where you can find out more. It'll be awesome to see you over on Patreon.